everyone. It's time again to recap the latest news from the solar industry, compiled by the American Solar Energy Society. I'm Jay Warmke with SolarPVTraining.com, and this is what's happening in the wonderful world of solar for the week of February 25th. Now, battery analytics software provider TWAICE recently published results from an industry survey of battery energy storage system, or BESS, professionals that revealed serious concerns about system reliability. Nearly half of all energy storage respondents stated they had experienced frequent technical issues that prevented systems from performing at their best. 46% of those surveyed reported technical issues that had occurred at least once a month. The figure rose to 53% for those asset managers and 73% from technicians who actually worked in operation and maintenance of the systems. The performance discrepancy reported across different roles suggests that there's a potential disconnect between those focused on day-to-day operations and the rest of the organization. And it also pointed out that there are serious reliability issues that may affect the energy storage industry as a whole. The world where electric vehicles can serve as a battery backup for your home, your community, and for the national grid as well, just took a step closer to reality this week. NEMA, the National Electrical Manufacturers Association, announced the publication of its Electric Vehicle Supply Equipment Power Export Permitting Standard, defining the technical parameters that will allow electric vehicle owners to use their vehicles as mobile energy storage units, basically selling excess energy back to the grid. The standard outlines characteristics for equipment that enables a two-way or bi-directional charging as opposed to the traditional one-way charge flow that takes power from the grid and puts it into the vehicles. Now, this will effectively allow vehicles to send that power in both directions back to the grid or to the home. The standard defines characteristics and key domains such as the electrical system, communication system, as well as cybersecurity. That will permit for the export of power between the vehicle and the electrical grid, regardless of who the manufacturer of the vehicle is. Now, according to NEMA, the new standard seeks to provide a vital guideline to automobile manufacturers that increases safety among installations of electric vehicles where power is both imported and exported. New data from the solarpanelrecycling.com shows that the average age of panels that are entering recycling facilities nationwide is just under 11 years, far below the 25 to 30 year lifespan that they expected before these things would require recycling. This accelerated retirement of panels is driven by several factors. It includes damage to panels during shipping and installation, weather-related damage, such as from hailstorms, just regular operation and maintenance of these facilities, and also site repowering, where smaller wattage panels are replaced by high-watt solar panels during routine maintenance. And a new analysis that shows a clear majority of the people submitting comments on a planned Central Ohio solar farm actually support the plan or the project, a stark contrast to how opponents have portrayed public sentiment against the project. Recently, a review of more than 2,500 comments submitted regarding this installation found that there has been a bit of ballot box stuffing going on. Originally, the Ohio Power Siting Board had recommended that the permit application be denied because they noted that 73.4% of all of the comments were against the project. But after the review, they found that accounting for duplicate or repeat commenters who submitted multiple times, the figure was actually 80% of those commenting were in favor of the project. The review found that there were more than 600 repeat commenters that should not have been considered when you're trying to gauge the sentiment for or against the project. In fact, they found that there were 16 individuals who had submitted as many as 160 comments opposing the project. Solar opponents, some have with ties to fossil fuel groups, have used town halls and other forums to portray that utility scale solar projects are extremely unpopular with rural Ohioans. Sustained opposition has led to the dropping of plans for at least 4 large solar developments within the state over the past 15 months. Nationally, research released last June by Columbia University's Sabin Center for Climate Change Law documented that hundreds of renewable energy projects are facing stiff opposition across 47 states. Reporting by NPR found that much of this opposition has been funded by a group called Citizens for Responsible Solar, which is a Virginia-based firm funded by the oil and gas industry. And that is the news from the solar industry for this week. We'll see you next week.